Flight 804 had just entered Egyptian airspace when it vanished. Earlier this year, a man with fake explosives hijacked a domestic EgyptAir flight to Cyprus. Nobody was hurt in that incident. And then in October, there was an explosion that brought down a Russian jetliner over the Sinai Peninsula after it took off from an Egyptian airport. 224 people were killed in that incident, and ISIS claimed responsibility. Jeff Pegues is in Washington with concerns about Egypt's aviation safety. Jeff, good morning. What can you tell us?
Good morning. U.S. law enforcement and intelligence officials are working to gather information at this hour. While the details surrounding last night's incident are still unclear, Egypt and its flag carrier, EgyptAir, have had a checkered air travel safety record. The two most recent incidents in particular have called the country's transportation security into question. When EgyptAir Flight 181 was hijacked in March, many assumed the motive of Saif Eldin Mustafa was terrorism. Claiming to be wearing an explosive vest, the 59-year-old demanded the domestic Cairo-bound flight divert to Cyprus. In a standoff on the tarmac, it was discovered Mustafa's interests were personal. He was arrested and no one was hurt. The incident renewed security concerns at Egyptian airports following the crash of a Metrojet flight in October. The Russian passenger plane disintegrated over the Sinai Desert after departing from the Egyptian resort town of Sharm el-Sheikh en route to St. Petersburg. All 224 people on board were killed. ISIS soon claimed responsibility for the apparent bomb attack. In 1985, one of the deadliest hijackings in history was on EgyptAir Flight 648. After departing Athens for Cairo, heavily armed terrorists describing themselves as members of Egypt's revolution forced the plane to land in Malta. On the ground, Egyptian troops raided the aircraft in a move that has since been criticized. At least 58 people on board were killed. 24 years later, EgyptAir Flight 990 crashed off the coast of Nantucket shortly after taking off from New York. All 217 people on board died. The National Transportation Safety Board indicated the pilot brought down the plane intentionally, something Egyptian authorities have disputed, instead blaming mechanical error. Egypt says that it will investigate the cause of last night's incident. They will be joined by French authorities and the plane's manufacturer, Airbus. There will also likely be an examination of French aviation safety at airports. Nora?
All right, Jeff, thank you so much, and we'll continue to bring you updates on the search throughout CBS this morning, and coverage continues all day on our 24-hour streaming network, CBSN.